of the Jaguars as the NFL on CBS continues. From Jacksonville, Spiro Dedes and Solomon Wilcots with you. We talked about this intriguing matchup. Ben Roethlisberger, two-time Super Bowl winning champ, against Blake Bortles, the third overall pick. And Bortles has had some chances. They protected well, and he's taken some shots.
Yeah, he's hanging in there, and he did take a shot down the field, was intercepted. It really essentially turned out to be a punt. But both quarterbacks are playing really well. I think what we need to look forward to in the second half is the fact that this Jacksonville Jaguars defense, they've given up a lot of big plays in the pass game. They did not allow Ben those opportunities in the first half, so they got to continue to do a good job. And then if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you've got to do a better job of pressuring or hurrying Blake Bortles to commit some kind of mistake or error. He's developed, I think, a really good sense of poise and feel for the game, and I've really been impressed with the way he's carried himself against Dick LeBeau's defense so far in the game.
Well, here are the first half numbers, very similar. Obviously, the touchdown-interception ratio has been the difference up till this point. Bortles also had that nifty run for the first down early in the game.
Yeah, he really did, and I love the fact that he's completing a high percentage of his passes. 13 completions, just the same number that Ben Roethlisberger has in this game. The offensive line has done a better job of protecting him. Only been sacked once, but his movement and ability to extend plays, I think, has really helped the offensive line and the overall protection of Blake Bortles.
First half stats. Again, rushing yards, such a struggle for Jacksonville as they try to help their young quarterback. Toby Gerhart just has not had much of an impact over the first 4+ games of the season. This is Tottenham streaking up the sideline, takes a wallop out of bounds, as does one of the Steelers' staff members on that far side of the field. Looks like everyone's okay. Vince Williams, the linebacker, with a hard hit, and boy, the physical play and pushing after the whistle.
That's Dr. Bradley.
You're right.
That's the team doctor over there. Here's a guy, he's got good feet. He did a good job getting his feet up, by the way. But, he's been on that Steelers sideline for years, and he knows that you can never be too far away from the action.
Doc is okay, thankfully. First and 10, they mark it just inside the 24-yard line. Draw play. This was Denard Robinson, such a dangerous player at Michigan as that dual-threat quarterback. Still transitioning Solomon to the running back position. Lawrence Timmons on the tackle. No gain on first down.
That was a great play by Lawrence Timmons. He was knocked on the ground, and he gets up off the ground and still is able to get the tackle. He's played really well at the linebacker position, but they're searching for guys who can really help continue that succession of great play at the linebacker position for Pittsburgh.
Timmons, their leading tackler. Bortles sensing the blitz, pulls back. Second and 10. Throws near side, it's caught. That's Mike Brown, second-year wideout out of Liberty. Good pickup on second down as we look ahead to our Wisdom of Solomon for Week 5.
As we said, over the last 20 years, they've had a great succession of linebackers, even that of the great Greg Lloyd from the 80s to the 90s, and then Kevin Green, 8th on the team all-time list for sacks, and Jason Gilden became the team's all-time sack leader with 77. Even Joey Porter, he's a coach right now, an assistant, but he was a great player in terms of that long succession of guys at the linebacker position.
First down run after the 11-yard catch by Mike Brown. That is Robinson again, 6 yards on a good-looking drive to start the third quarter.
Yeah, and James Harrison, he's the last of great lineage of linebackers spanning over 20 years of excellence. Third all-time or second in terms of all-time on the Steelers sack list. He comes out of retirement.
Bortles fumbled the snap. Fortunate to retain possession as they lose 6 yards. And this is the mark of a young team. Again, couple of rookies, that center quarterback exchange, still getting comfortable with each other.
And the coaches for Jacksonville said there's going to be some moments in games where he's going to be seeing things for the very first time. There's going to be some moments where it gets outside of him. He said, but he won't become unrattled. They really believe in the mettle that Blake Bortles brings to the table. That's why they drafted him so high. They didn't intend to play him so early, but they think he can handle it.
Third and 10, Bortles over the middle. It's Harbor on the reception, well short of the first down marker. There are 24 teams in the NFL that start one or fewer rookies offensively. They start 5 of them. It's an incredibly high number.
Yeah, it was a guy, that turns out the plan to redshirt Blake Bortles was part of a larger plan to ease the pressure and lower the expectations so that he can grow and develop more naturally.
Anchor on to punt. Antonio Brown, a home run hitter from his own 15, going backwards after the point of attack. 51-yard punt, penalty marker thrown.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 21. 10-yard penalty, first down, timeout.
Fifth penalty against the Steelers. Roethlisberger pinned back to start the third quarter. First offensive drive for Roethlisberger and the Steelers. Second half, up 4. With just over 3 minutes gone by in the second half. Man in motion is Lance Moore. Roethlisberger from his own end zone on 1st and 10 just throws it to the turf. Well, this was the touchdown drive for Roethlisberger late in the first half after they had struggled, Solomon, early in the game.
Yeah, you love the way offensive coordinator Todd Haley got the running backs involved. LeGarrette Blount, Le'Veon Bell making them miss, getting it to the second level, just integrating both the run and the pass and get it to running backs and tight ends. They are able to get the touchdown. 10 plays, 70 yards as they go and get the score. But the use of the running backs by Todd Haley seen there, they're weapons now in this offense.
Steelers enter the day 5th in the league in rushing. On the back of Bell and Blount. Here's Bell, 2nd and 10. Across the line of scrimmage. Gets to around the 11. And we'll see what Haley dials up here on 3rd and long. He said that he's given Ben Roethlisberger a lot more ownership of the offense, and boy, has that worked. Guy who's won this franchise a couple of Super Bowls.
I think he's shown, with 2 Super Bowls already in the trophy case, that he's a guy that can be trusted. He puts the homework in. He's understanding what he can do within the offense. And in no huddle, particularly in this type of formation, he's really at his best.
3rd and 9. Roethlisberger under duress over the middle, first down and more. Lance Moore, whom they signed in the offseason. They waited a long time for him to become involved in the offense, and now a penalty marker in the secondary.
That's right.
Offense number 16. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Wow. Those are the silly celebration type penalties that really hurt them last week.
For Moore, only his 2nd reception of the season.
There it is right there. Now watch when he gets up. He'll spike the ball. And you got to be able to manage your passion for the game where you can't hurt your football team.
26-yard pass play before the penalty. 1st and 15. They mark it just outside the 31. Roethlisberger throwing up the seam. It's caught just shy of the 50. That's Marcus Wheaton, the second-year receiver. And look at the reaction from Mike Tomlin after that last penalty, Solomon, on Moore.
Yeah, he said, see, this is what we talked about all week. He has given it to Lance Moore. It was like there really are no excuses or explanation for that kind of play. Putting yourself and your emotions before your football team.
Moore was hurt, looked strong in camp initially, suffered that groin injury, missed the last preseason game, first 2 regular season games. Desperately need him to have more of an impact. Bell on first down, inside Jacksonville territory, crosses the 45 down to the 43. 8 yards for Bell. We go to New York, JB and Boomer.
The escapability is a plus. Oh, here comes J.J. Watt. Basically unblocked right around the corner. Tony Romo senses him, gets out of that potential sack. Down the field, 43 yards to Terrence Williams. Houston opened the second half with a touchdown. Dallas now takes a 3-point lead, 10-7.
You think the warning light went out when Romo saw him coming? Back to Spiro and Solomon.
That's something you rarely see. J.J. Watt with it. Second and short play. They keep it on the ground to Bell. As we come up on 9 minutes to play, third quarter, first offensive possession of the second half for Roethlisberger and the Steelers.
You know, and Mike Tomlin told us we were going to see more of Lance Moore. You know, less is more. And he is a guy that's really good in the slot, but Moore, if he wants to play and get considerably more snaps, he's going to have to do a better job of controlling his enthusiasm.
Well, the hope was that Moore would fill some of the void left by Emmanuel Sanders and Jericho Cotchery, who both left in the offseason. Third and short. Wheaton in motion. Play action. Roethlisberger screen pass to Blunt. First down. Such a wide load to deal with. Jonathan Cyprien, the stud safety, second-year guy out of Florida International. 2-yard pass play. They move the chains.
Well, take a look at Blunt. He's going to come out of the backfield real quick here on the rollout. He's too big to just keep him from falling forward for that first down at 240 pounds. And look at the pass distribution by position. Wide receivers, tight ends, running backs. Ben's getting everyone involved.
8th play to drive. 1st and 10. They mark it at the 40. It's caught. Brown at the 24. First down for the Steelers. 17 yards. Allen Ball on the tackle, but it's coming back.
10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, we've talked about this. Ben is going to be upset about it. And the head coach, remember Tomlin said there's 2 types of penalties. There's those dead ball penalties and then the in-game ones. He'd rather do it out in-game penalties like the one you saw right there that takes the big play away. But the dead ball ones is the ones that he said we really can't tolerate. And he's having to deal with penalties of both kinds.
Sally, you watched his press conference after that game Sunday. I mean, he was irate. Looked offended in a lot of ways. Guy who is such a stickler for detail, such a discipline-oriented guy. Le'Veon Bell takes a crunching hit from Paul Posluszny. Grew up in Hopewell Township, Beaver County, Pennsylvania, against his hometown team today.
And remember, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're trying to avoid losing to a winless team for 2 consecutive weeks. Lost to Tampa last week and now against the 0-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. And Mike Tomlin is concerned because right now they're playing against 2 teams, the Jaguars, and they're playing also against themselves.
A lot of pre-snap movement. Roethlisberger from the gun. This is 2nd and 15. Stepping up in the pocket. Took a little bit of contact on the throw. It was Miller, the intended receiver. Incomplete.
Well, the pressure on Ben was amazing. Chris Clemens and Andre Branch. Watch the 2 ends. They'll just close and collapse the pocket from the edge, forcing him to step up, but then they're coming. So he's forced to throw that ball. He didn't throw it as well as he wanted. That's why it fell to the ground for an incompleted pass.
Steelers started the day 0 for 4 on 3rd down. They've converted their last 4. This is 3rd and 15. Roethlisberger, tough pass. It is incomplete. Had to thread the needle to find Brown. Well covered on the sideline, and the Steelers will send out the punt team.
Oh, there's like 3 defenders over there. Ben just threads this one, but they run out of real estate. And look at the underneath defender. There's one coming over the top. Look at that small window to get that ball into. And then, of course, they have to go out of bounds. They run out of real estate there. That ball is caught out of bounds, Spiro.
Sally, we started the day talking about all these struggles for Jacksonville secondary. How impressed have you been with that group?
Much better. Much improved. This is the best they've played all season.
Fair cut. That's Ace Sanders. As Bortles back onto the field, there is a penalty marker. No surprise there. That's been the kind of day that we've had so far. 10-6 your score. Steelers in front. Each team has had a possession here in the 3rd quarter. 7 penalties against Pittsburgh, 4 against Jacksonville.
There's no foul for holding on the play. Timeout.
Okay. Terry McCauley, our referee. 6:33 to play. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. and by the all-new 2015 Honda Fit. The new Fit is a great fit for you.
Staying cool in the swimming pool here in Jacksonville, Everbank Stadium. Unique fan experience here, 70,000 plus, largest crowd that they've had here since December of 2012. This is Storm Johnson, the rookie running back, gashes the Pittsburgh defense, getting to the edge, 20 yards, and a Jacksonville first down.
That was just a well-conceived play. Take a look at it. Look, they pull everyone, then look, he sneaks right underneath. And no one even could find Storm Johnson on that play. It was well designed.
First action of his young NFL career, the rookie out of Central Florida, and a college teammate there of Bortles. And we talked about the struggles of Toby Gerhart, Denard Robinson, Solomon still getting comfortable at the running back. There's a chance and an opportunity for this kid who they have been eager to see. A couple of weeks of good practice, missed the first 3 games with an ankle as he kind of gingerly limps off the field.
If you're a 7th-round pick and you're out of Central Michigan, you played with the quarterback in college, this is a good situation for you because they need someone to jumpstart the run game. We talked about the struggles of Toby Gerhart, and Storm Johnson's going to have a shot.
Gerhart back on the field, I-formation set, 2nd and 4. Bortles play action. Throws off his back foot. Gerhart inside Steelers territory, taking on tacklers at the 40, 20 yards through the air. And Bortles has him on the run. Arthur Moats on the tackle.
Jed Fish, the offensive coordinator, now getting his running backs involved. We saw Storm Johnson now just on a screen play to Toby Gerhart. He's got linemen pulling out in front of him, creating a convoy of blockers to get beyond that first down marker. And he does a good job of holding it high and tight, something we saw them work on Friday in practice.
Gerhart, the former All-American at Stanford under Jim Harbaugh. From one high-intensity coach to another, and now for Gus Bradley here in Jacksonville. First and 10 from the Pittsburgh 40. Bortles pump fakes, throws near side, penalty marker thrown. It's caught by Brown. Can't cover much better than Cortez Allen did that time. It's a 15-yard pass play.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 38, penalties decline, first down.
Yeah, you're right. They can't cover any better than that, any tighter without holding. See right there, he just grabs Thomas. And this is now the 8th penalty on the day for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It just continues to mount, much to the dismay of their head coach, Mike Tomlin.
A quickly raced, didn't look like the Steelers were set. So heading play by the rookie Bortles completes to Harbor. And we saw this a couple of times last week. Bortles getting the offense to respond, Solomon, after scoring drives by San Diego.
And you don't expect that from a rookie in just his 2nd NFL start, to have the wherewithal for managing the game and trying to catch the defense off balance to get, a sneaky play in there when the defense is not ready. Pointing out the mic, middle linebacker.
This is Gerhart, 2nd and 5. Crosses the 20. Tackle made by Moats. Getting extra playing time with Ryan Shazier, their rookie linebacker, out for a 2nd straight week.
Now, when you see Blake Bortles there sort of pointing guys out and he's talking to his offensive line, what is he doing there? He's identifying the middle linebacker, in this case 51, Sean Spence. Then they're setting the protection to the middle linebacker. So they're getting their head count, figuring out who's going to block who. See, he's pointing them out, and they're always aware of where number 43 is, Troy Polamalu.
Jaguars 3 of 9 on 3rd down. Bortles back shoulder throw, incomplete, intended for Allen Robinson. And they have really got at Cortez Allen. Bortles, that's what they like about him, so fearless, incomplete, field goal unit onto the field.
Now this one could be thrown maybe a little bit lower. Put it on the receiver on that. It's a back shoulder throw, but you don't want it that high. So Bortles has to deal with that one. It's not as accurate on that throw as he would like to be.
First incomplete pass on the drive from Bortles, 5 for 6. Scobie from 36 has hit 2 so far. This one a chip shot, and good. So Jacksonville still trying to get into the end zone. 3 Scobie field goals, all they have to show for it, but they are within 1 on CBS. Tomorrow, see why critics are calling the new hit drama Scorpion brainy fun. Scorpion tomorrow, 9/8 Central, after The Big Bang Theory. Only CBS. Third Josh Scobie field goal, 36 yards out. Blake Bortles and the offense, 8 plays, 68 yards. This is a one-point football game, 3:16 to play, third quarter from Jacksonville. Spiro Dita, Solomon Wilcox on the entire CBS crew. This is Drew Archer, a rookie fighting across the field. Excellent coverage by the Jaguars as Archer barely able to get to the 10. Roethlisberger back onto the field next.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by all the Old Spice products, which you should use all over your body. And by Universal Pictures' Dracula Untold, in theaters and IMAX Friday.
Aerial coverage of today's game being provided by our friends at MetLife. Beautiful sunshiny afternoon in Jacksonville. Reminder, next week, a college football doubleheader on CBS. It starts at noon. 13th ranked Georgia takes on number 23 Missouri. And then second ranked Auburn traveling to number 3 Mississippi State. Well, some called it the craziest day in college football yesterday. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, both 5-0 for the first time ever.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun. The coverage was great. Just college football. It's just wonderful to watch, and everyone getting involved and excited about their team.
Second possession for the Steelers of the half. They started the first time at their own 10, and now from their own 12. Archer, the lone setback, takes the pitch from Roethlisberger, getting to the outside. Tackle from the back by Roy Miller. 60-year defensive tackle, second season here with Jacksonville. This is among the best defensive lines in the NFL. Mike Tomlin marveled when we spoke to him on Friday about the number of sacks that they've had, considering the fact, Solomon, that they've had to play from behind so much.
And Mike Tomlin called it the best unit on their entire football team. It's the best area and a well-respected defensive front. It's how Gus Bradley has chosen to build this football team. You get the sense that if they get the back end fixed, well, they could have themselves a top-notch defense here in Jacksonville.
Roethlisberger, play action, second and 9, looking, going through his progressions, completes. That's Bell getting to the 20. Short of the first down, a pass play of 6. Back to New York and an update, JB and Boomer.
A nail-biter in Carolina.
Well, with the first possession of the second half, Carolina marches it all the way down, hands it off to Chris Obenai. He goes in for a 1-yard touchdown plunge. Panthers tie it up in the third quarter, 21-21. Spiro Ditas
And Solomon Wilcox.
Chris Obadiah had been cut by the Cleveland Browns and found himself a home in Carolina, JB.
Third and 2. Roethlisberger's going to take a shot. Brown, leaping catch. Masterfully done. First down, pass play for 30.
He's working against Will Blackman, and we told you at the top of the show, this is one of the top wide receivers in the National Football League. He can do this. Get vertical, fight for the football for his quarterback, and come down with it against one of the really good quarterbacks. Look at that, thrown to and targeted 11 times, 4 completions. You can tell he's just getting started.
Here's Bell, first and 10, inside Jacksonville territory to the 45-yard line. Such a dangerous mix of run and pass. Ziggy Hood, the former Steeler, with his first tackle of the day.
And can't you see just Ben, he knows when he wants to play, he's going to Antonio Brown. No matter how much Gus Bradley defensive backs may be covering him with 1 or 2 defenders, they're still going to give him a chance to make a play.
Bell today, 10 rushes, 64 yards, 6.4 yards per rush. Second and 5, Roethlisberger pump fake it, and a professional football collision on that play. Josh Evans sending Justin Brown to the turf. What a job by Brown to hold it for a 10-yard pickup.
What a job by the offensive line to protect him for this long. He could have had a meal standing back there. Look at all the pump fakes. But when you pump fake it so many times, it leaves the defender close to the receiver for, as you said, that kind of collision. And that kind of pump fake, it draws defenders like flies.
Doesn't look like the Steelers will get a playoff as we reach the end of the third. 1-point game will return to Jacksonville after this on CBS. 1-point game, Steelers in front as we start the fourth quarter. Spiro Dita, Solomon Wilcots, 70,000 plus in Jacksonville, week 5. Jaguars looking for their first win since last December the 5th. They've lost 7 straight. Steelers, meantime, trying to avoid losing to a winless team for the second straight week. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh threatening from the Jaguars 34. Roethlisberger completes inside the 30. That's Justin Brown again. Second catch of the drive. They pick up 8 yards.
Jacksonville feels like they're just at Ben Roethlisberger's mercy. When he goes in the no-huddle, he spreads the ball around. He's already completed passes to 11 different receivers. So right now he's really operating at a high level. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage, seeing something that he likes.
This is Blunt cutting back. So shifty at 250 pounds. Such a change of pace, having to deal with a guy with that kind of agility and quickness, Solomon, in that frame.
But did you see him change his course of direction? He cut on a dime. He started to go one way and cut it all the way back to the right side. The defense had it stopped initially where the ball was intended to go, but Blunt was able to run to daylight and pick up a first down.
8th play of the drive for the Steelers. 1st and 10 from the 20. Jaguars coming, it's complete. Over the middle to Brown again. 7 catches entering the day, that time for 6. Good pickup on first down to set up a 2nd and short.
And I think Brown, he has 3 catches on this drive. He's been a very valuable asset on this particular possession.
11 different players have caught a pass. Ties an NFL season high. What a performance by Roethlisberger, spreading the rock. Roethlisberger pump faked initially, finds Bell. Dragged down by Posluszny. Guy who's been in the league 8 years, has never played for a winning team. He'll turn 30 this week.
Can't tell you enough about the good job this defense for Jacksonville has done today, particularly down inside the red zone. They're getting pressure on Ben, forcing them to throw it very quickly. Now, this is where Heath Miller has been very good over the middle of the field down inside the red zone if they can isolate him against the linebacker.
Miller lines up in the slot. Bottom of your screen. 3rd and 3. Pocket collapses. Roethlisberger fumbles the football. Jacksonville has recovered. Andre Branch, the 3rd-year defensive end, falling on the football. Massive mistake by Roethlisberger.
The pressure was immense. Plus Bradley's defense responds as they're able to get to Ben Roethlisberger, get the ball on the ground. Great red zone defense in Jacksonville.
3rd sack of the day for the Jacksonville defense. It was Avery Jones who jarred loose.
Yeah, it was good pressure, and it was a complete rush by that front 4. Collapsed the pocket around Ben Roethlisberger.
First Pittsburgh turnover, and as you saw, 2nd sack for Jones. Gus Bradley was hoping for something from his defense. You wonder if that is the turning point of the game. But again, at some point, Jacksonville's going to have to generate some more points.
There it is. That's going to be Aubrey Jones right there. He'll get the sack. As you can see, pocket collapse. See, ball comes out. And then watch Branch 90 peel back to come away with the football. Huge stop. But you can see all 4 guys were getting depth into that backfield, providing pressure as they collapsed around Big Ben.
Easy. Hey, let's go Ram. Green and shot.
Bortles intercepted, and it's going to be a pick 6. Bryce McCain, a backup quarterback. Bortles Bortles doing it right to him. And the Steelers, after the turnover, able to get it back and build on their lead.
Now this is Dick LeBeau's defense at its best. They finally got to the rookie. They showed the overload right. And you heard Blake Bortles call ram, which means right. So watch him sit on it. Bryce McCain, he sits on this route. Bam. They were expecting the hot route because they were sending the blitz package. Whenever you blitz a quarterback and you can't block them all, you expect the ball to come out, 3-step drop. And Bryce McCain was sitting right there waiting for it.
First interception as a Steeler for McCain, 23 yards on the return as Bortles throws his second interception. 17-9, Steelers giving themselves some breathing room, and the look from high above Everbank Field. Timeout. Well, this marks the 6th year of the NFL's Crucial Catch campaign, which supports the American Cancer Society. Here is some great video from halftime where SOCOM Special Operations Command parachute team jumped into the stadium with pink ribbons and pink smog. Annual screenings save lives. Help finish the fight against breast cancer by visiting NFL.com/pink. Help celebrate the NFL and American Cancer Society's first ever A Crucial Catch Day on October the 25th. We all have our pink ribbons today. A lot of pink cleats and gloves and towels amongst the players from both sides to help in this wonderful cause.
It's a tremendous family and about the National Football League supporting a cause like breast cancer and bringing greater awareness to help fight the dreaded disease.
8-point game. Jaguars a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from tying. But how does Bortles react after he just threw that pick six?
By Aflac, official partner of the Heisman Trophy. Walmart, save money, live better. And by Ram Trucks, guts, glory, Ram.
Well, another Sunday in the NFL for the old warhorse, Dick LeBeau, the legendary coordinator, 13 years, and doing what he can to confuse the rookie quarterback Blake Bortles, who just threw that pick six. 1st and 10, Bortles back onto the field, down 8. Plenty of time left with all 3 timeouts. Bortles rolls out for a moment, completes. First down pickup and more. That's Will Taufoo, the third-year fullback out of Cal. 12 yards and a first down. Sally, we go back to the pick.
Yeah, it's going to be Bryce McCain. And look, they're going to bring the blitz from the same side. Coming off that corner, he'll follow the slot receiver to the outside, but 3-step drop. See, he's eyes inside, and that's why he jumps the route. He's able to get the interception because he was looking inside. He knew they couldn't go deep. They had to do something quickly with the pressure pouring in on the quarterback.
First down, they keep it on the ground. This is the rookie runner, Storm Johnson, making his NFL debut today. Inactive the first 3 weeks. There's Jed Fish, who spent some time as an offensive assistant in Baltimore, faced Dick LeBeau Solomon 9 times in his 4 years with the Ravens, so he knows what LeBeau is trying to do.
It's a chess match, and he knows sooner or later the wise old coach is going to get his rookie quarterback, and you just didn't want it to be disastrous. The pick six is the worst case scenario if you're Jed Fish.
Bortles on 2nd and 8, throws near side, batted down and incomplete. Those Pittsburgh corners having their way at the moment. William Gay, 2nd straight start.
William Gay, watch him sit on it. Yeah, he'll just sit on it, and then you drive and gets the hand in. See, and Bortles is working with less experienced receivers. Remember, both receivers are rookies, and so you round off that route. It allows William Gay to cut underneath and knock down the pass from Blake Bortles.
Jordan Todman, the lone setback on 3rd and 8. Hearns in motion. Bortles completes. Needed to get to the 41-yard line. It is Hearns. Short by about a yard. 7 yards. Solly, any thought? Doesn't look like it. The punt team will come back on with plenty of time and all 3 timeouts.
Too soon for that. If you're Jacksonville, you're playing good defensively. Now you do have to come up with a stop. But with 10 minutes to go, no sense in trying to go for the first down here. It is just inches, though. But I think you go in, punt it, and let your defense try to come away with a stop.
Anger on a punt. Busy day. Antonio Brown will play it from his own 12. Just kind of scoots forward, picks up 5 on the return after the 47-yard punt from Anger. 8-point lead for the Steelers on CBS. Thursday, your football week starts here with the Colts and the Texans. Another big-time matchup in prime time. Thursday night football on CBS and NFL Network. Spiro Ditas, Solomon Wilcots, our entire CBS crew from Everbank Field in Pittsburgh. 9:28 left in the fourth in Jacksonville. Beg your pardon, Pittsburgh with the football. It certainly feels like we're in Pittsburgh with all these fans in the stands today. Roethlisberger lunges forward, gets ahead to the 18-yard line, brought down by Chris Clemens. As this place littered with Steelers jerseys. Solly, there's no fan base that travels as well as the Steelers do, is there?
Well represented in all 50 states.
8-point lead as we move on to 9 minutes left in the fourth. 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger on the center. This is Le'Veon Bell, that patient running style that Solomon mentioned earlier. At that time, that defensive front holds against Mike Tomlin.
And they're trying to get the run game going. I think that's the way you do it. You want to eat clock if you're Mike Tomlin, and you've got the kind of runners that can do it. We all want good running backs in the National Football League if you're a coach of a team, but you certainly want them in the fourth quarter at moments like this to close out ball games. Now on 3rd and 9, look for Ben to try to make a play. Even with the bubble screen to his talented receiver Antonio Brown, it's essential to a run play.
Roethlisberger fakes the drive and finds Bell out of the backfield. First down and more. 12 yards through the air. Initially faked the give to Bell, who scooted out for the catch.
Yeah, and take a look at him, and he's just going to sneak right through here. And once he's there, he's wide open. Look at him. He'll come through there, and look how wide open he is. That's just a race to the first down marker right there, and he's fast enough to get that done. So it's a really good fake. That draws the linebackers up to the line of scrimmage just a little bit, creating an opening for Le'Veon Bell.
Fourth reception for Bell for 28 yards. Solomon, there's really nothing that this young man can't do. He can run it, can catch it. We talked about the pass blocking earlier. Young kid, still just 22 years of age in his 2nd year out of Michigan State.
But you know what? He understands how to run in certain situations. You saw there, he didn't try to throw any moves. He knew where the first down marker was. He went vertical up the field. It was a race to that first down marker, and he was able to get there because of his awareness of the situation.
Steelers trying to make this a 2-score game here. The field goal would do them wonders at this point as we now move under 7 minutes left. Jacksonville with all 3 timeouts to go, and a huge play here for the Jacksonville defense on 3rd and short as they try to get off the field.
Yeah, and see, they're eating clock, and that's really the key. And Jacksonville's got to be able to get off the field. They had that 3rd and 9. Le'Veon Bell was able to convert. Now they faced the 3rd and 1. But guess who comes in the game? LeGarrette Blount. You know he's going to get it. And boy, you better be ready to tackle because he is a load and he can make you miss in that small space right in the hole.
3rd and short. It's the fullback Johnson. Needed to get to the 41. This will depend on the spot. No signal yet from the officials. And this one looks to be awfully close.
Johnson's a big load at fullback, but we saw him catch a pass out in space earlier. He's a nifty fullback who can move really well. But in moments like this, let's see if he can convert on 3rd and 1. It's going to be close.
And they do signal 4th down.
Wow. Couldn't get it. I think you have to punt. Because if you don't make it, you give Jacksonville the ball right on your 40-yard line. Are you kidding me? You're nursing an 8-point lead That's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Keep in mind what happened late last Sunday. Brad Wing, that shank punt under 30 yards, gave the Bucs a short field. Different scenario here with an 8-point lead. So that one's still fresh in the minds of Steelers fans. Looks like a challenge flag has been thrown out, so they want to take another look at the spot.
Pittsburgh has challenged that the runner reach the line to gain.
Let's take a look at it and see how close are they. Maybe Tomlin saw something we didn't see. And let's see, when we come back, we'll find out. It's a game of inches. Plays like this determine the outcome of games.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by Subway Restaurants. Get to Subway for the Meatball Marinara, the $5 footlong of October.
Steelers challenging that last ruling that their fullback Will Johnson was short of the first down. And Solomon, this is about as close as it gets. They need conclusive evidence to overturn. I'm not sure they had it.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Pittsburgh is charged with their first time out. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they need to get to that, 41-yard line. Take a look overhead. The blip coverage gives us a good feel. Now, look at number 46 is the number to take a look at. Did he get to the 41? Can you tell? He certainly passed the 40, Spiro. But from that shot, I'm not so sure it's conclusive.
That's impressive.
Conclusive video evidence. That was good, though.
Again, Steelers punt team goes to the shifting pre-snap formation. Brad Wayne, the kicker. And this is a thing of beauty. Inside the 10, a fumble by Sanders, falls on it. Somehow he gets some positive yardage out of the play. What a punt by Wayne. 52 yards and a 10-yard return. How about this situation for Bortles? Down 8 when we come back. A couple of key sequence plays in the second half. The turnover by Ben Roethlisberger, giving the football back to Bortles.
Yeah, they're going in for points here, Spiro, but the red zone defense from Jacksonville gets the ball back. They get a stop right there, but then come right back. Interception, touchdown. 7 points on the board for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Ben knows they squandered some points. The defense bailed them out in that case, and now he's going to need the defense to bail them out again and preserve the 8-point lead. Remember, Jacksonville, 5:28 left in the game. They go down and get a touchdown. We'll probably see them line up for a 2-point conversion to try to get a tie.
Well, Roethlisberger told us on Friday he sees a lot of his young self in Blake Bortles, the young man taken 3rd overall in the NFL draft. Bortles making his first home start today. Central Florida product. And a chance here with 5:28 left. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion with all 3 timeouts. Storm Johnson, a rookie running back, interestingly on the field in the biggest moment of the day for Jacksonville. That ball completed. Allen Hurns, good pickup on first down and 6 yards through the air. Tackle made by Cortez Allen.
Good, secure catch from Allen Hurns. Now, you talk about driving the length of the football field, going maybe somewhat 75 yards, 5 minutes. You got plenty of time to work your game.
Down. Green Eddie. Green is up.
Harbor, the tight end in motion. 2nd and 4. Johnson trying to get to the edge. Can't. Excellent defensive push up front by the Steelers, led by Troy Polamalu. Back to New York in an update. JB and Boomer.
Arian Foster's mom said, "Suck it up and play, Arian."
How about this? Arian Foster, after a 4-play, 45-yard drive, 1 yard in, they tie the score. Arian, 21 carries, 127 yards, and 2 TDs on the day.
Nothing like your mother getting in your case. Andrew, Steve, and Steve.
Battle of Texas, and a good one coming down the stretch. 3rd and 5. Jacksonville desperate to move the chains. Bortles pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Brett Kiesel getting his big mid on it.
Wow, the pressure was in the face of Blake Bortles. Dick LeBeau is bringing everyone. trying to force a punt. Watch pick number 99 coming off the left side, getting a hand in the face and a hit on Blake Bortles. Just snuffing that one out like he was a power forward. Wow, steamrolling Blake Bortles on that play.
Kiesel signing in the offseason, 2-year extension. All 13 of his years in the NFL as a Pittsburgh Steeler, making an awfully big defensive play. Antonio Brown signals fair catch. Good field position, so Jacksonville really no choice but to punt there. All 3 timeouts left and just over 4 minutes remaining. Tomorrow on NCIS Los Angeles, LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell star in a brand new episode you won't want to miss. NCIS Los Angeles, new night and time tomorrow, 10/9 Central, only CBS. So Gus Bradley Solomon's going to ask his defense for one more stop. Our quarterback comparison, Bortles has held his own, but those 2 interceptions right now coming back to haunt Jacksonville.
Well, they go 3 and out, and that was an opportunity now. They could have taken their time. They have all their timeouts. So that was a critical possession, but give Dick LeBeau and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense a lot of credit. They slammed the door shut, pitching the 3 and out to get the ball back for their offense. Now let's see if Ben could do something maybe they weren't able to do last week on their final drive, is to be able to eat clock and get out of here with a win.
Steelers trying to get to 3-2. Bell dunked down for a loss. Clock continues to run. If nothing else, Steelers want to run that clock down as much as they can. Le'Veon Bell, if you've just joined us, 15 rushes, 73 yards. It'll be 2nd and long.
See, I'd like to see him use that timeout right here. I don't know why you save him. I think you go ahead and you got the nice stop. Go ahead and call the timeout right there. You force Pittsburgh Steelers to have to earn a first down.
Instead, valuable seconds come off. 2nd and 11 for the Steelers. Draw play to Bell. Across the 40. First down is out at the 46-yard line. 9 yards on the ground. Tackle made by Cyprien.
Le'Veon Bell, so good. Making people miss at close proximities. Now we get a timeout from Jacksonville. Rightfully so.
Now it looks like they spotted back at around the 48-yard line. Gus Bradley and Jacksonville looking for their first win since last December the 5th.
And Pittsburgh trying to avoid losing to a winless team for the 2nd consecutive week. Something I don't know that the people in Pittsburgh and many of their fans here at today's game can abide by.
A lot of Steelers fans in the house, 70,000 plus on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in early October here in Jacksonville. 3rd and 2. Side on the pass, Miller was wide open.
Wow. Wonderfully designed by the coordinator, Todd Haley, and the Pittsburgh Steelers fans here today at Everbank Field. They like it. And this is just a really nice play. They leave Heath Miller wide open. There he is there in the slot. Look, they had him covered. Blackman, 24, had him covered. He left to go to the other receiver in the slot, leaving Miller open.
13 yards and a Steelers first down. Jacksonville has to burn a timeout. Update time, back to New York.
Boom. Making it a game, Ravens.
A lot of touchdowns happening right now all around the NFL. JB, here comes Justin Forsett right up the middle, 11 yards. Baltimore closing the gap, 20-13, 4th quarter. Colts are on top.
All right, that's what we like. Action indeed. Spiro and Solomon.
Some real good games around the NFL today. You see the Ravens trying to continue that winning streak. 8-point lead for the Steelers. Jacksonville down to their final timeout. They come up on 3 minutes left. But Garrett Blunt, last season with the Patriots, as Gus Bradley and company will burn their final timeout. And now desperation time for this defense. Bortles hoping for one final chance. Coming up next, the NFL on CBS rolls on with doubleheader action. Chiefs and the 49ers, or some of you will see the Jets and the Chargers. Check your local listings on CBS.
The terrible towel has made its way to the pool.
I mean, they've taken this place over, haven't they?
It's kind of like our hotel today. Steeler fans everywhere.
They have infiltrated Jacksonville, hoping for a road win that would get the Steelers to 3-2. Offset eye to the left. Play action to Bell on 2nd and 10. Bell out of the backfield, 5th reception inside the 40, close to another first down. Boy, did he pay the price at the end of the play. Lesney and J.T. Thomas on the tackle.
Bell is so alert for a second-year guy. He doesn't go out of bounds. Even Coach Thomas said that was good heads-up play. He sneaks out of the backfield right here. Watch him make himself available to his quarterback. Right there, stays alive. He sees the first down marker. See, he's sprinting, but he won't go out of bounds to get there. He tried to go right up the field to get to it. Came up, I think his spot was just maybe an inch short.
5th straight game that Bell has gone over 100 yards of total offense. 3rd and 1 for the Steelers. Blunt has the first down, needed to get to the 38. Appeared to have it with his forward progress. Now this one will be closer than originally thought. Clock continues to run as we will hit the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, they're going to measure it, but I think it's going to be good enough for a first down. Not by much.
Jacksonville needed a stop there so badly. Looks like an injured defender. Could be Lesney, I believe it is. So the trainer's onto the field. We reached the 2-minute warning, 8-point game. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Looked like they were looking at Lesney's left arm. He's off the field, at least for the moment. First down and 10 for the Steelers. Jacksonville running out of time, out of timeouts. Roethlisberger, little screen, finds Brown. So dangerous after the catch. Brown running out of bounds.
But he should have stayed in bounds.
I'm sure he wants
to pick up the first down, but that's what we were talking about. Le'Veon Bell earlier did not run out of bounds, kept the clock moving. He understands it because he looked over at the sideline. The coach is like, what are you doing running out of bounds? He lined up in the backfield. Look at him make you miss in space. And now right here, after you get the first down, just stay in bounds. That's the heady play to make. Yeah, they won't have to run another play, not at this point. Jacksonville's out of timeouts.
21st consecutive game with at least 5 receptions as the Steelers are going to get to 3-2. They'll start to run that clock down. So a week after that agonizing finish, home loss to the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Pittsburgh Steelers come to Jacksonville and hand Gus Bradley's Jaguars their 8th straight loss.
And you can tell by, the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, their fans are some of the best in the NFL. They come in against a winless team. They win 17-9. They don't care what the score is. Just get the win, and they're satisfied. You won't hear them talking about an ugly win. They know that they came in here and they were going to get Jacksonville's best shot, real good defensive front, and they're just happy to come away with the win regardless of the score.
Steelers will hit the road again next Sunday. They'll go to Cleveland in an AFC North battle. As Jacksonville, meantime, will fall to 0-5. They will be at Tennessee next weekend. It's always so tough in this league under normal circumstances, even tougher with such a young group. As the growing pains will continue for Blake Bortles and so many of these rookie Jaguar players. Through the pick 6, 1 of 2 interceptions, and the Steelers able to capitalize as they win it 17-9. 273 yards passing and a touchdown for Roethlisberger. Completes his final 10 passes of the day to put the game on ice.
Yeah, he did a really good job of just managing the game. Did have the one red zone turnover, which he had back when he fumbled the football. Other than that, he spread the ball around to 11 different receivers. He managed the third down offense very well. And remember, this is a very good defensive front for Jacksonville. So Ben Roethlisberger carrying his team and managing the talent around him very well.
Final score 17-9. We'll send it to JB in New York when we come back. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.
All right, Spiro. So Pittsburgh improves to 3-2.